Hey everyone, you alright? Thanks for joining in. Sorry I was a bit on the drag. I've been cooking tea tonight. I did pizzas, so I make them from scratch. So about 2 o'clock this afternoon, I was putting the dough together, letting that prove, and then I have to do stuff later on. My daughter Rachel was finishing work at 6:30. That's when I started cooking the pizzas, but I'll cook 5. I've got an Univolt, it's an electric pizza oven, so I've cooked them in there. Just margaritas, nothing special, but I did some bacon lardons in spices and red hot sauce to give it a bit of a kick. And then jalapenos, red hot, I forgot what it's called now, honey drizzled on top, so perfect. So thanks everyone for joining in. Sorry I've caught a few of you out. I'll catch up on the chat in a bit. And I didn't have a clue what to do really for today, but Nelly sent me something, so I thought, do you know what, that's what I'll do it on. So water-fed pole accessories and inventions basically that people are coming up with all the time that could hopefully improve your workflow. You're not going to know till you try them anyway at the end of the day, are you? So how's everyone been anyway? I've got through the week. I did a job last Saturday, the one where I did the school in my village. I used my Action 4, so I filmed that. I've got to edit a video, so that's what I'll be doing this week, to try and put that together and get that out for everyone. Hi Tony, you alright mate? Oh, I have no idea what's happened to my chin there. I've got something, I keep picking at it. Ah, Nelly, sorry, you're just saying you wanted pizza, but you end up having an omelette with ham and mushrooms. Hey, an omelette's good, mate. I love omelettes. So there's nothing wrong with that. But sorry, I was just going through the chat. I'll catch up on them in a minute. Yeah, and I did a job at the school in my village. We got that cleaned on Saturday with me, Matthew, and my other son, David. 6 hours, job done. Got back in time to watch the Ipswich Town game. So, against Derby. And yeah, all in all, it was a good day Saturday. Luckily the weather was on my side, wasn't peeing it down, sun was out, but it did get overcast and a bit windy near the end. But yeah, that's that job done. They all start school Monday, so the school's looking all good. So how's everyone else's week been anyway? And the month is finished, isn't it? Tomorrow we start a new month and start again. Yeah, I have no idea what it's just something there and I keep picking at it. I should leave it alone, but that's just me. And obviously I've got John Smith's with 2 cans in reserve as well. So it just depends how this goes. Yeah, cheers, Chad. Don't forget to click the like button, everyone. Helps us out massively. Yeah, so just going on anyway. You may or may not know that Neil, he's got a passionate hobby of his is using these 3D printers. So what he's sent out, he's done these before, but he sent me very kindly as well these. So you've got Allen keys here, or Allen keys. I've got an Allen key, and you use these in the screws there to undo these. And then basically they just fit over the top of your pole holders. So if you're using like the old drain pipes, them sort of ones, and then do them up, it fits on there. So this is where your pole would normally sit, but you've got these 2 then either side. He's given me 8 of these because I've got 4 pole holders in my van. So each pole holder's got 2 sets of these on them. So you can see I've got 1, 2 options there for me now to store equipment rather than trying to have them. I've got these weird clips. They just screw in and you can press stuff in there, but they do pop out easy when you're driving sometimes on a big bump. So I've got the extra sections on my poles sitting either side on these. And I've also got my 25-foot pole, which I've got set up as a sprayer. So that's now alongside my water-fed pole as well. And then I've got 2 pole holders equipped with these, and Matthew's got exactly the same basically. And then David's pole that he uses, that's all hanging on there. So I installed them today. So I can't really give you much feedback in terms of me driving around and with the pole section sliding backwards and forwards, that sort of thing. And what other things you can do to stop these things maybe sliding around if they are. It all depends on the size of the sections of your pole, really. Because I use an 18-foot pole, but I've got a section that I add on, or 3 sections altogether, that make it a 35-foot pole. It fits in there quite snug. So yeah, it's cheers, Neil. They look really promising. They're really easy to fit. Like I say, just you need an Allen key. Just places in there, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Excuse me. They fit in there nicely, so not too tight or anything like that, or a bugger to kind of undo. It's quite a long screw, because it obviously fits in this housing here. Get a few more. Feels like Blue Peter. And then what you can do is unloosen this side, and what I found, rather than taking both of them off, when it's loose enough I can stick it at a slanted angle over my pole holder, and then close that, line them up, and then basically start tightening these up again. What you might find is having them upright in the van, this might be too high to the roof of your van, so you can just swap this 90 degrees. That's what I did. Tighten them up. But I didn't go completely tight. I just had it tight enough so that it was screwed in and I could still rotate this. And then I just tightened these two up nice and tight to have it set up on top of the pole holder in my van, which is like what you get in not a down pipe, but it's a drain pipe, so they're quite big. And also something else, Nelly sent me these as well, which I was not expecting. I didn't know he was going to send them. These unscrew really easy. And literally it's like half a turn, or one complete turn, and it's just completely done up. So that's really good. So that looks really fast to do and undo. I don't know if you can see inside, you've got these little grooves here on this same set inside, just in there. So I think, I'm guessing, is it right, Neil? You just have to let me know, mate. It's for your Rectus 21s, male and female. And when you use them O clips, you'll have like a little wing nut. So I'm guessing that's what the grooves on the sides are for them to sit in. So you can put your Rectus 21 together, then put these obviously first through your hoses. Simple little turn like that, and it's done up tight, and that's like your protector. So if you need to undo them and undo your Rectus 21s for whatever reason, swap your pole hose around. Looks like it's really simple to do. Disconnect and off you go. So these look really solid, feel solid, and they're very lightweight as well. And obviously he's done me an orange one and a blue one to go with me logo. So cheers, Neil. Thank you. I'll try them out. And this as well is nice. It's got some like texture on the outside, so you can grip it quite easy. But these are really light as well. And these screws in here, like I say, with the Allen key, they turn and rotate round up really quickly. Easy to install, fit. Love the idea. And they're really lightweight as well, but they look solid, if that makes sense. So if anyone's interested in them, I'd speak to Neil. I'll try and make a video on these with some feedback as well for Neil. I mean, I was thinking today you could probably get these with these bits here, different sizes, so you could put like your gutter vac poles in your van. So for example, because I've got 2 of these for each pole holder I've got, and I've got 4, so that means I could then have 8 gutter vac poles on these next to my water-fed poles, rather than having them in me pole bag, for example. So maybe that could be a handy option. And obviously you get different size gutter vac poles, don't you, as well? So you've got your, is it 51mm and 44, something like that? Just a thought anyway, so that's an idea. Anyway, sorry, I'll just go on to these comments because I think it's gone mad. Yeah, so cheers Ched for joining, mate. Glad you made it this time. I know I've seen some of you in all right, so hi Neil, you're all right, mate. Thanks for sending them out. Like I said, I've just put them in the van. I bet that was scary, Paul, watching that. I'll have to watch that back myself. Yeah, I was just a bit slow on the live tonight because I was cooking tea. Don't worry, my missus thinks I'm crackers as well. At least it's not porn, is it? It's all to do with window cleaning. I've got to watch Matt's live. I was trying to catch up on it today, but I just didn't have any time. I watched one of his videos he'd made recently. No worries, Robbie, mate. Thank you. Hope you have a good week as well, mate. So are you all right, Tony? But yeah, nothing wrong with an omelette. Yeah, it does look really good, Tony, actually. Like I said, it seems really well made, lightweight as well. And same with these Rectus 21 protectors as well. And I love that it does not take a lot of effort to undo and tighten these up. It's quick. And they look solid. They feel solid, but they're really lightweight as well. Hi, Matt. You all right, mate? I've got to catch up on your live, buddy. Paul's just asking, Nelly, do you make these for DA components? Darren had something similar in one of his videos. I wouldn't have a clue what ABS means, Jed. You'd have to ask. Well, obviously, you're asking Neil. Yeah, they are. They do look really good. Neil's just answered it, so I'm catching up. Hi, Marcus. You all right, mate? Hi, Chris. Welcome, mate. Thank you. How you doing? So it's for 110 millimeter drain pipe. The Rectus protectors are 6 and 8 millimeters to pole hose for Rectus 21s. Like I said, they just do it really quickly. So they look solid as well, but they're lightweight. They look heavier than what they are. So you need an M6 Allen. I don't know. I just picked up an Allen key, found one that fit and just said that'll do. I'm not really that sort of good at that. I'm good at bodging stuff. So you've done different sizes on these bits here, or do you mean this bit here so it fits different types of pole holders that people use? I think it would be good as well if you had different sizes maybe. It was just a thought when I was fitting it to me van. For like gutter vac poles, something like that. Hi Mills, cleaning, you alright, mate? Right, that's us all caught up on the chat. So yeah, like I said, different hook sizes, these bits here. So Neil is your man. Get in touch with him and ask away. I mean, they are solid, look. They're really good. And they're the same colour as what my pole holder is, because it's black, so they don't look silly on there neither. I'll just see how they are. I did wonder as well if you could put some foam on these. You know, you buy that insulation for your pipes. Something like that, I suppose, that would fit on there. And it would maybe shorten the gaps if this was too big. For you to then put your poles in without them sliding backwards and forwards when you're driving along. Because obviously in your van you're alright with your brush, that's banging the back door, but when it's a pole it'd be like a spear. So it's going to find these little things out anyway and ways around them. And like I said, these look... Sorry, the camera's not going to sort of zoom in, but this honestly is really easy to put together. Take apart, it's quick, and I've got the grooves, I guess, for the O-rings, you know, when it's like a little wing nut in there. So like I said, they look solid, but they're lighter than what they look, if that makes sense. So happy days. Hi Tower Clean, Pro Clean, sorry, Tower Pro Clean, you alright, mate? Someone's phoning for a quote. Do you know what? I've got 2 people on my phone asking for quotes. It's driving me mad because you just... So I'm just going to have me beer. Bonkersly full. And you know the answer's no, but I hate saying no because you're too busy. But you have the churn rate to think about, don't you? So it's always good to have slightly more than what you can handle so that when you lose something, it's no biggie. It's when you lose something and it's going to affect you financially, that's bad. Because my problem is I'm taking on families and friends of people are clean, even though I'm quite full, because you feel like you have to, but they're still going to turn out to be good customers, aren't they? I have got rid of, I think, 4 customers because they owed me a couple of cleans. I've sent out reminders. I did a final reminder, just explaining you owe this much. Please sign up to Go Cardless. There's a link on there to continue window cleaning. Nothing back. And a couple of them, they're the ones that at first, if you're a day late, when are you coming round? You're late. Yet when you send them a reminder that you owe them money, you never hear a thing back, do you? So I've made them inactive on Squeegee, and until they pay what they owe me and sign up to Go Cardless, that's it. But so far, not heard a thing. Funny old thing. That makes your life easy at the end of the day. And then that's their slot gone for someone that is going to be hopefully turning out to be a good customer. It's all about getting the money in the bank so you can put food on the table, isn't it? So how did you get on with your quote? Everyone's probably dying to know, how did the quote go? And then, like I said, we got the job done. The local school, my village, it's primary school, would you call it that? It's weird because David was there when he was really young and now he's cleaning the windows there. And he's just saying how small the place looks after he's now finished his GCSEs and that. But it's nice to be asked to do something like that. And I'm sure I got that job. I've done a job for the nursery that's on the school premises before. I know the caretaker because I've always said hello to him, and it just shows you, well, it's in the village you live in, you're going to be polite to everyone, but being a window cleaner, just through saying morning, being polite, because there's probably a few houses you clean, because you get there at a set time, there's always the same person walking past with their dog, and you say hello. It's amazing how far that goes with people as well. Even if they don't become a customer, they'll probably say, well, he seems a nice guy, why didn't you ask him? And that's how we got the job through him. Also, it's because it's something he did. He's 70 something and he's like, I'm not cleaning the windows this time, so he got the school to pay us. Yes, mate, we all just want to get paid when you've done the job. You've done the job and everything, and the time, the rushing and running around, and when you've got bills to pay. I'm trying to pay off debt at the moment. You know what I mean? It's always the same ones, innit? How does everyone else do their payment reminders? Like I try and do every Tuesday and Thursday, but I tend to do it like on a Tuesday or a Thursday rather than feel like I'm just constantly churning out reminders. Because I know some people, you know the customer habits, some people will pay at a certain time of the month because that's when they get paid. So you kind of like know how to play them ones. Luckily, I'm only owed by the end of the month is around about just over a day and a half's earnings. So I think that's livable with compared to before. It used to be like £1,500 at the end of the month and it will come in, but just not when you need it. But now it's way less than that. It's normally around £500 to £600 at the end of the month. But I've got a mixture of payments where it's all like cash, check, backs, or Go Cardless and Stripe. Says just saying you send your reminders out. Okay, so once 3 days after a clean's passed, you send out a reminder. Yeah, I was silly enough to ask payment within 7 days just because I thought if I get people onto Go Cardless, that's what Go Cardless is. But then again, you can argue it's paid, isn't it, straight away? It just starts that process. Mills Cleaning is just saying, I occasionally check my Owen page on Squeegee and then send a pre-written reminder with a link to the invoice, usually prompts them. Yeah, that's what I've got set up. So it's a pre-written message, and it's got a link to the unpaid invoices as well. Paul's just saying, I just text them the next day, and if I don't hear anything, the start of the next week, but I don't go back till the pay. Okay, so even if it's one clean, that's a good idea. It's just me. I've always said I'll go up to 3 cleans, and after that, that is it. But now I do 2, because I also feel like I've got a duty of care for a customer, that you shouldn't allow a bill to run up really high, especially if it's a big house. It's like 40 or 50 pounds. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 cleans of that starts mounting up. So you want to hold it back. So it's probably a good idea after 1 clean. It sends a message as well. I mean, people are people. Life happens, and there are genuine mistakes, but you do know people's habits. So we had one where I said to my wife, this is out of character. We've done the clean and normally play quite quickly, and we got up to 2 cleans, and I've been sending out texts of mine and said, I haven't heard anything. I bet you that they've gone and changed their mobile phone, haven't told us, so therefore they're not getting the text reminders. And that's exactly what happened. But it's all done now. I put a card through the door that I used to put through people's doors before I sent text messages with Squeegee saying I've been. So I put that down, and they got in touch with my wife, who didn't know who that number was, and then we sort of like realised. But luckily that smoothed over. They weren't very happy at first, but when I explained it's because you've changed the number, they sort of calmed down a bit after that. Mills, you're doing the same as well. You don't go back until you're paid. Yeah, some people don't give them an inch. Taupo Cleans just saying, nothing too exciting as far as quotes go. Just concentrate on getting more regulars closer to home. So you're trying to get everything closer to your house and more compact as well. Nelly's just saying 100% go cardless for residential and different payment terms on bigger industrial cleans. All depends on the contract. Some schools are on 90-day payment terms, which always pay on the 90th day. Yeah. Push it to the last minute.com. Ched's just saying on my invoices say payment is within 48 hours is appreciated. He's also saying, do you text invoices, Rob? I use email with Squeegee as it's free. Yeah, I use text because not all my customers have emails, unfortunately. Yet most people have a text or a mobile. I've got some on email. Perhaps I should, to save money, switch over to them. I know I've got some customers who just email and text messages, but we email only. It would be a lot easier because, like you say, with Squeegee, you have to buy credits to send text. Before, it wasn't like that, but Apple done something. So basically, you had to use credits with Squeegee, and it costs you, I can't remember, is it like 2 point something pence a text message? I can't remember off the top of my head. It's probably more than that now. So it's costing you money basically to send messages through a text, whereas if you use email, there's no cost whatsoever. So that's what Ched's saying there, and that's true. Which is nice and handy for the go cardless ones because they've all got emails anyway. But I do clean some people that haven't got an email and haven't even got a phone. So they just know I come round. Luckily they're in all the time anyway because they're elderly and that. That's just how I get through that one. I haven't checked out what next month's work is. I'll have a look on Squeegee tomorrow. Figure that one out. But hopefully it'll be a good load. I didn't know how many characters. Yeah, so Squeegee texts are 99 characters. So basically if it's 99 characters or less, it costs you 1 credit. go over a certain amount of characters, it's 2 credits, and then if it's even longer, it'll cost you 3 credits, and so on, if that makes sense. Mills Cleaning saying, I only ever use the credits you get each month with Squeegee. Nice one. So you're on the middle plan. Yeah, I'm on the one above the core. Is that ultimate? But I've got mine set up with Squeegee. You can have it so it automatically tops up your credits when you drop below a certain number, and you can set how many credits you want it to top up. So mine tops up 250 credits whenever it drops below a certain amount, which I can't remember if it's 10, something like that. It's just what we do. So it could be costing me between maybe £20 a month in text messages through Squeegee. Matt's just saying, you send all your text manually on your phone, you don't use the CRM, and it's free. Just copy and paste. Yeah, that's what I used to do. I just put hi, their name, and then just copy and paste my predefined messages I used to have saved on me Apple Notes. But what I do like about Squeegee, you can just press one button and it'll send all your customers a message and then input their names automatically for you. Ched does the same thing as well. But yeah, has anyone else seen any other like innovations, inventions that people are making that could be of use for your workflow, for the way you sort of like set up your van or anything like that? Because things are always changing, aren't they? And people come up with good ideas and then they've got to get refined. So it's only 15 texts a night. Yeah, it doesn't take long, 5 minutes. It's just me, it's a nightmare, because when I finish work, I get home, because my wife, Zero Alpha, and she's the big brother, because he's looking on Squeegee, she knows when I'm coming home as well. So she'll start putting tea on, because she wants tea done at a certain time so she can chill out. So I normally find the minute I walk in the door, I've got 5 minutes till tea's ready. I run upstairs, dying for the bog, and I'm trying to get all my invoicing done. So when I go down and have my tea, I can kind of at least think, oh, I'll sit down. Rather than have my tea, want to sit down, but no, I've still got to run upstairs and get all my invoicing. And she would have sent the messages out through Squeegee herself for the next day and that. And then we deal with the drip feed in of text back through the evening to organise the next day. But it'd be nice just to get in, wouldn't it, at 5, switch off from work. But no, that doesn't happen. There's always admin things you've got to sort out. I mean, look at me today, all right? I got up later. I got up at 7 in the morning, went for a run. It was almost 4 miles, so I was happy with that. I've took a dog for a walk with my son, with our other dog, for a 4-mile walk. I then had to pop out in town. It's a 15-minute drive to get to town, 15-minute drive back just to get a few little bits and pieces. Then I went to wash the van, but I thought, you know what, I'm not going to wash the van today because it's not that dirty this time of year. So I said, you know what, I'm going to treat myself and not clean the van. But I did my pole anyway, and then fitted these in from Neil onto my pole, except for that one because I wanted to talk about it. I'll fit that on tomorrow, and that's all installed. And then I had to cook all the pizzas. Obviously, I made the pizzas. And then I'm running up here to do the live. So it's just kind of... And that's my day off. Link phone to PC and use Windows Connect to send out cleaning text. Just sent out 65 texts. Only takes 5 minutes. Wow. Okay, Windows Connect's a software. Mills Cleaner says, my Google Pixel has recently updated so it's quicker to send a normal text message coming from Squeegee. I just press the customer's number within Squeegee and there's a prompt to send that number of text, just like that. No worries, James, mate. Have a good week. So Matt sends his out 7 till 7:30 every evening is your admin time that you set to one side. So yeah, so you probably got home, refilled your van, you've had your tea and everything, and then admin, end of work. Paul saying I have text shortcuts saved. When I'm chasing a payment, I just type pay me and it sends hi. Just sending a quick reminder when you get the chance. Many thanks. Oh, that's cool. Matt's just asking you, Paul, what phone do you use to be able to do that? Is that an Apple one? Because you set up shortcuts and things like that, can't you? Gets too technical for me. Hi, GGE2 Deadly, you alright, mate? No worries. You'll have to ask Nelly. He's the one who sent them out to me. He makes them with his 3D printer and amongst other things. So ask Nelly, mate. But they look really good, handy. Paul, yeah, he is an iPhone. So have you done that with what they call shortcuts? Because I've made a shortcut. So basically, when I finish, even though my wife's watching me on Squeegee, the big brother, I press a button and it'll route me home, but also send her a text. And all I do is just press a button on my phone that I've made up, basically, and it just does a number of things automatically for me, saves me doing it. So it routes me home. Zero Alpha gets a message on my way. She knows anyway. And then I know I've got to play wacky races, because when I get in, I've got 5 minutes to use the toilet, do me invoicing, get down and eat me tea. It's all going, it being a window cleaner. Yeah, Matt's just saying I use an iPhone. We'll look at that. So it's in settings. Oh, okay, so it's not using shortcuts. So I was going to have another bit of me John Smith's cracking beer. I think I was a bit wind assisted due to the John Smiths the evening before on my run this morning. That's my explanation of why I did all right. Does anyone else have a couple of beers on a Sunday, dear, before the week as well? And you do it on the weekend. Don't do it many weekends, to be honest. I only had like 10 cans for £8.97p from Asda. I had 4 yesterday watching the football, and then I've just had 6 throughout late afternoon and this evening. Paul, mate, you probably don't realise that would be really good for a lot of us in here. Yeah, Nelly, GG2 Deadly's just asking what's the chances, mid-first van build, and they look just what I need. Ched, you just have beer nights on a Friday and Saturday. I feel like it on a Friday because I sometimes work on a Saturday at the moment. That'll die down. Matthew, by the way, next weekend he's off to Amsterdam with his friend, and then my younger daughter and son, they're going away. I'm heading down to see family for the evening. So let's see what state they come back in from Amsterdam. Keep telling them watch out for them cakes and that in the red light district, but they're pretending I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm sure they do. If not, I think they're going to find out. Matt saying I don't really drink. Can't remember the last time. Yeah, I've nothing like I used to, that's for sure. Just a few tinnies. Or the odd whiskey here and there. But you got to, just always on the go, aren't you? Being a window cleaner and, or whatever business you're doing, trying to run it yourself. Yeah, and fortunately medication stopped the Friday night beers for the time being, though. That's the positive in that one. Hopefully that will change for you, Neil. But is everyone ready for the week ahead? It's a bit like Groundhog Day, innit? But I've noticed the evenings are pulling in now. When I'm taking the dogs out, it's starting to get dark when I come back sometimes. So it's not going to be long till they draw in, then the clocks will change. It'll be all right for a bit. I'm looking forward, strangely enough, to winter because it's so fast and easy to clean the windows during the winter, because the windows are obviously that much more cleaner with the weather. You haven't got, like in the summer, with all the pollen that's on the glass. Does anyone here obviously use hot water regular? Does that get the pollen and that kind of stuff off the glass a lot quicker and easier? It's something I would like to do, but like I said, at the moment I'm trying to concentrate to clear off some debt, which I've been able to maintain each month. So that is whittling that lot down. I'll be happy to see the back of that. I've got another year left on my loan from the bounce back loan. Then I'll be £266 a month better off. So that's getting closer. And then once I've cleared one of my credit cards, I'll be £150 a month better off as well, because that's what I've set up for, to pay that off. That's what I tend to use for work when I'm waiting for payments and I really need something. Looks like I've got a problem with my water softener. I've got to ring up XLine. Problem is, I'm finding when you're busy working, you haven't got time to ring these people because they're open when I'm working. And if I stop to make a phone call, I'm working late. And sometimes I need to be sat in front of this computer to have access to all the info I need to explain to them what bits are called and what's going wrong. But now Matthew's insured to drive me van anyway. I think we're in my village on Tuesday for the day, so he can drive the van with David, do some cleaning. I'm going to make some phone calls chasing up some people and some idiots, which are making my life a nightmare. It's not really a nightmare, but it just feels like it when you're on the go fighting everyone, doesn't it? And then get in touch with them. One of them's that low emission zone thing. I opened up 2 letters on Friday. Why do they send you a letter and you get a Friday and they're shut over the weekend as well? And that's counting down the time constraints you've got. I basically contested the fine that they've sent out to me, pleading my case and that sort of thing. And they're saying I can't do that as I'm not the person they sent it to. So I was like, what the hell? But it's because they've sent it to the owner of Crystal Clean Windows. Yet they've sent the same, a letter to Crystal Clean Windows, a letter to me, and not worked out. It's the same bloody address. And that's what I'm going to say to them. You've got all this state-of-the-art stuff with your camera, but how come I can, Mr. Blogs, just look up someone's registration number and find out who that vehicle is actually registered to? Can't you do that and find out I'm the same person? So I've got 14 days, which is obviously already lost days of the weekend, and no doubt while this letter they sent me was in the post, to convince them that I am the same person. So I'm just going to make a phone call first, and then if I have to, I'll write a letter, stick it in the post out. It's just over something simple. I mean, a terrorist can work out who drives my van, can't they? How the hell they can't do that, I don't know. Just a nightmare. It's what we're dealing with, and they run our country. So just catching up on the comments, looking at the cheapy £1,650 pound hot water heater, but not sure. I'm sure Nelly will give you some heads up on that. I've just seen not too bad, banned from driving. Oh, right, okay, until you get the all clear. So you've got a new lad starting tomorrow. Keep him busy is the key. Why do I have a water softener? Good point there, Chad. Is I've got reverse osmosis and DI, the XLine one, and it does 2,000 gallons per day. But what I was finding is once a year I was having to buy a new membrane when it should be lasting me 3 to 5 years on their website. So I've took my kit all the way down to them to have a look at. They picked it up to their system, everything was running through it fine. So I said, right, so it's not the system then. It's nothing I'm doing wrong. It's got to be to do with my water supply. And what they're saying is there's probably a lot of chloride, not chlorine, chloride in the water. And that's trashing my pre-filters, which then stops them protecting my membrane, which is then doing my membrane in. And that's why I was having to change it once a year. And because my TDS is 260, they're saying if it's above 300 parts per million, you need a water softener anyway. So I've got a water softener. So basically it's softening the water before it even goes through my RODI system. And that was making me get a lot longer out of my membrane than what I was previous. So that's why I've got a water softener, mate. Hopefully it kind of explains that. I'm going to see how I get on without it now, because I've got to find out what bit's broken. If I can replace it, it's probably that old they don't do spares anymore, and I'm not going to spend another 400 or 500 quid on the water softener. I'll just see how I get on. If I have to change the membrane once a year, then sod it, it's what I'll do. Yeah, all the best, Neil, mate. So far I've been looking on the TDS levels on my water softener. It was going in after the RO. It was coming out at 6 parts per million before it hit the resin, and that's still coming out at 2. So far all is good. Even at £300 a year for a new RO, isn't that cheap? Cheaper than running a water softener, yeah. Well, the water softener's not too bad. I suppose you've got the electricity, but as long as I put the salt in, it regenerates the resin in there. It's not like where you replace the resin, it's recharged using salt tablets. And it was making me get like nearly 3 years out of an RO membrane compared to 1 year. And the salt was lasting me quite a while, to be fair, because it's only regenning every, 2 days. It needs to be regenerated using the salt tablets, and it's only a handful that go in there. Depends on the level in the water softener. But I'll just see how things go. But yeah, I've got some phone calls to make. XLine's one of them. This lot in London, I don't know how that's going to go, but oh my God, it's drive you insane, these people, don't they? If it was the other way around, you'd be all over it, wouldn't you, like a tramp on chips. Your admin would be sorted. But this is what you get back. And it's been nice this week with the cooler weather, rather than it being too hot. That's definitely made me and Matthew happy. We've had a bit of rain during the week as well. Luckily it wasn't too much, it's just been spitting and then you dry out anyway, so it's been cool actually. I've had a couple of what felt like easy days. Isn't it weird how some of your easy days are still well paid days? It's just wish every day you had was like that. It's just trying to put your finger on it. But it's money in the bank at the end of the day that counts. That's what I've always said. And touch wood, my van's still running all right. MOT in January, I think it is. So I'll get that done in December or something like that. Just before, well, when I stop working for the Christmas period. Mind you, it depends when the garage stops for Christmas. I have to speak to Bren. He's really good, he is. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, just feel free to shout out. Sorry, Mark is saying, last week I accidentally bashed the butt of my pole, oh no, on a little girl's head while doing the supermarket windows. She didn't even cry. I bet you felt bad though, Marcus. Hopefully it just got caught right and glanced off. And it just happened that quick. She wasn't expecting it. She wasn't even bothered. I'm sure if she was, her parents would have come around and said something to you. But yeah, no, I bet you hated that. That's why I like to hold the bottom of my pole with my hand sometimes, because you could easily whack someone's like pride and joy, a big expensive car or something like that. But these things are very easily done. Neil's just saying the weather forecast for next week isn't looking good. Says rain Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday around here. I have not even looked. Oh no, Ched's saying same here as well. Showers again. Right, I'm going to have to have a look. I'll have a quick look on my phone. Sorry, just bear with me. Weather. It's 45% chance of rain. Not too bad. It's a little bit light rain forecast in the afternoon. Light rain. Wednesday's looking 6 in the morning till 2 o'clock, but it's light rain, so that's a good one. Hopefully it won't come too much. Hopefully I'm lucky. Oh, the weather. At least I've got a bit of money still sat in my bank account though that can tide me through that sort of thing. Dodging showers. Oh, good luck, Matt. Van MOT on Tuesday this week. Wasn't long ago you had your car done, was it, mate? Oh, Marcus saying I was doing a tall window above the entrance with a 22-foot pole with trad on the end as I closed out. Her mum and her walk behind me, smack. Yeah, I would have felt awful as well, mate. But that's a good one. She didn't care. Hopefully, like you say, it wasn't as bad as what you thought it was when it happened. Either way, it cost us a few sweets, wouldn't it, to make things good. It's easily done, isn't it? There's a lot of people just walk around not seeing where they're going. I mean, how often do you drive and you've got kids walking around looking at the phone, not even looking, and you just think, I know they're going to walk out in front of me. And sure as it is, they do. It's terrible, isn't it? I don't know what you're like. If I'm wearing sunglasses and speaking to my customer, I have to take my sunglasses off because I just feel bad speaking to someone with sunglasses on because they can't properly see my eyes. I think it's a military thing as well where you get taught, you know what I mean? So you're speaking to people in other countries, it's like a barrier shield or could come across rude for them. Half the time they're completely fine anyway. But it sort of stems from that. I'm sure it's appreciated. And do you have them days where sometimes sunglasses off because it's going to rain, then the clouds part and it's really sunny and you have to put your sunglasses on because you can't see the windows properly and the glare off it. Then it goes overcast, so your glasses are on and off all day. That's why I've got to swap between these and the tinted ones, which are my sunglasses. These are nice. So I'm just getting a message up on YouTube saying error, not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Just let me know if there's any problems. Hopefully there isn't. I know it's come up before and you guys said it's been all right. And on the school, I did some inside what they call the hall. So there was 4 long windows. You see it in the video where I have to use my ladder to reach 2 of the panes of glass. The lower 2 I can't because they've got the old school benches. So I just stood on there and got them. And then there was 4 windows the other side, just normal size windows high up. I just cleaned the inside of them. But I didn't do traditional. I used the Bright, BRITE. From Clover and 2 cloths. So use one like coarse, like you would say your seal cloth. It's good spray on the glass. Use that to saturate it That's what I use to scrub off all the crap. And then you still got a layering of that bright on the glass after that. So I use my nice good like detailing cloth to polish off the windows, and that's really good. And it worked really well because this stuff works really good in direct sunlight, which at the front bit, that's what it was. And it's honestly, it's no problem. It's really good stuff. I've even told some of my customers when they ask insides, tell them the price, see the face, and look, if you can't buy this stuff, do it yourself. And they're like telling me how good that stuff is, bright. And all the rest of their family are using the stuff. It saves me a job. It saves them some money. Matt's just saying I have a large gutter clear to do tomorrow on the solicitors I clean. Ooh. Are you going to use your Predator on that one, Matt? Is it sort of like that size property? Oh, bless you, Marcus. I'd have done the same thing. Tried it and the mum said no. Mint. The offer's there though, isn't it? And that goes a long way. Yeah, I would love some, but they wouldn't let me have them because they're saying I need the glasses for driving. So if I go through a tunnel and the lights are on, they could go dark or something like that, they said. I think you guys told me you can... Is it Asda opticians? You try that in the Congo and you're a dead man. Eye contact is essential, especially during conflicts. Yeah, it's just me. I have to just... I always take them off to speak to the customer. I can't stand there speaking to them with them on. Don't want them to think I'm getting a wandering eye as well, thinking it's shielded, you know what I mean? And they can see through it. But yeah. Mark, hi mate, he's saying you're having internet issues, only just managed to get online. Thanks for coming on anyway, mate. You still in France, are you? So I was going to get another one open. Does anyone else do a lot of internal windows as well? And if so, what do you use? Do you use trad tools? Or have you used like the stuff I like using, Bright, B-R-I-T-E? In fact, I'll try and get a picture of it up on here for you. A lot of people welcoming in, Mark. Ches is saying, I think Asda now do polarized transitions for about 70 quid. There's an Asda near me, but they haven't got an optician, so I'm going to have to look on the internet to see where the nearest one to here is, I guess. Cough, just get optician to put safety glasses on the seat. Not a bad idea, mate. Matt's saying you stay away from internals if you can, but the ones I do regularly use pure water. Yeah, with the microfiber pads. I remember seeing that from Unger in your video. I try not to do many. It's only those that are too old to clean the inside windows, but they would like them cleaned. And they tend to use me maybe once every 6 months. I do have one every window clean. I clean the insides as well. So they're easy to clean on the insides when it's like that. Paul's just saying someone's telling me today about the stuff they used to clean glass before it's used to clean glass before it's double glazed. Yeah, I've cleaned double. I have to pull them out. I used to do it in the solicitors and do the insides every like 6 months, and I have to take all the double glazing out, clean the window each side the double glazing. And when my wife quoted it, she just assumed that it was the inside window, and I was like, no, it's double glazing, so I've got to do both sides of that as well. That was happy. Luckily we don't clean that one anymore. Don't remember what it's called, but he said he used it for internals. Neil saying you use 100% trad for internal work, but you've been around since scrim and leather, so it's second nature. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you this stuff. This is not where I buy it from. It's just One Stop Cleaning Shop, but it was just says a photo of it. So you can buy a 750 litre spray bottle like this, but I've got an empty trigger bottle from a place near me called Hugh Crane, because it's got, when I squeeze it, it can jet up from the ground. When you got it on the jet nozzle, it will reach a first floor window. So it's really handy. So I like to use that. Plus it doesn't advertise what I'm using. They just see a plain bottle with this blue liquid in it. And as you can see, you can use it on windows, double glazing, mirrors, displays, glass shells, VDU screens, stainless steel, aluminium, head plastics. You can use it on tiles, fridges. It's got it all on there. It is really handy stuff. But as well as 750 litre bottle, you can buy these 5 litre containers of it. So that's what I do. I buy a 5 litre one there and just top up my own trigger bottle, because it's got the good spray patterns on it, or the jet goes up really high, which is handy. And sometimes I'll use this stuff with a Stingray as well for hard to reach windows. The younger Stingray, if you remember that. Are you still in France? Travel home tomorrow. Have a safe journey back when you do, Mark. And you can buy this off Amazon as well. But I think when you buy it off Amazon, you buy 2 of these. So you're getting 10 litres basically. But it's really good stuff. Smells really nice. You can use it in direct sunlight. So it's great for when you're cleaning your car or your van. And then you're going to go over the glass in your windows. Use this stuff. It doesn't matter how hot it is or how hot the glass. This stuff just is great and it doesn't leave any smears. It's really good. So I was just seeing Matt asking, how do you use the bright spray? Like I said, I've got a 750 litre trigger bottle. It's got a brilliant jet spray, so I can get up to second floor windows. And it's also, you can mist it. So I just mist up the windows and the frames, because when I'm doing insides, I clean the frames as well as the glass. I've got 2 cloths. I use one, which is an Unger cloth that I use as my seal cloth. And there's another one, which is a really fine cloth that I use for detailing. And then basically I just use my seal cloth to do all the scrubbing work. This stuff cuts through fly poo absolutely no problem. And then while it's saturated and you still got the liquid on the glass, I then just polish the glass off using what I use as a detailing cloth. It's a really great cloth, it is. And even if there's little smears, just leave them. They'll just disappear, no problem whatsoever. And it's great at getting the UPVCs up clean as well. Like I said, any fly poo and that just cuts through it, really good. So it's great to use in conservatories, in sunlight. And the more saturated your cloth gets, then the less spray you need to put on the glass, because the cloth's already wet. But when it's oversaturated, you change your cloths around. That's how I do it anyway. Yes, Neil, Clover, same manufacturer as Ubic 200, exactly the same. It's good stuff. I haven't, Ched. Good point there. Use it on fascia softs and gutters cleans as it does plastic. No, mate, I haven't. Mark is saying internal on schools, I use a pole and a 10-inch Mormon accelerator with a flip pad. Yeah, they're good. For the high bits, and you take a 7-foot point from a colleague to squeegee the tower. Oh, the lower, sorry, not the tower. Yeah. It's just, I just find this bright stuff really good as well. Because what I'm finding is I'm not having to walk around someone's house or in tight spaces with all my belt kit on, where it can feel big and bulky and you're hitting stuff and you don't want to spill water. Whereas just cloths and trigger spray, and I can hook this trigger spray on me work shorts or trousers. Just find it a lot easier. It's nice, and my customers love this stuff as well. And like I said, a few of them got out, they brought the stuff themselves and they just can't believe how good it is at cleaning the windows. I did say your husband's going to nick it for cleaning the car. And that's exactly what's happened. Yeah, it's really good. And it's a weird thing for a bloke to say, but it's got a nice smell as well. So they know you've been round. Cleaning the inside of the windows is nice. But obviously, if you've got all the trad tools, you can't beat that, can you? In terms of price, it's just water and a bit of fairy. It's hard when you're inside a conservatory and it's like 60 degrees, strong sunlight. You can't use too much water on the windows, but it's drying that quick before you can squeegee it off, whereas this stuff is just simple. And it's really good as well, like I said, for the window frames. Because I do all the frames as well, the handles, you know what I mean? That's just me, over the top. Luckily though, I haven't got too many internals that I do. Not I'm trained in that sort of stuff, but on the windows that is. It's just mainly me elderly ones that just physically can't do it themselves, so I've said yeah. And luckily them ones are quite irregular. Like I say, some of them do it like every 6 months as a reset. And I just sell them a bit of this really cheap and they just make do in the meantime. I have wondered, like, because I'm sure there's a lot of people have cleaners, don't they, and ask them to clean the glass, but they're just going to smear all over the place. And you can see sometimes the cleaner looking at you thinking, can you just clean the windows? There's one house where I clean and we do the insides. And when the cleaner's there, I can see her really happy because I can guess she'd normally clean the inside the windows as well. And when we're there, she knows we're going to do it and do a good job because we're using this stuff. It's quite funny. You can just see it in their face. Right, has anyone got any other questions or anything they want to sort of like try to get rid of these things, have a little chat about, or just in general? Like I say, I hope everyone's going to have a good week, safe week out on the glass, dodging the showers as well. Like I say, it'd be nice if you got the showers in the morning, but then the afternoon you dried off. But you know what's going to happen, it's going to downpour just as you're finishing your last job, so you go home like a drowned rat. And in my case, you get told you've got 5 minutes till your tea's ready. Don't come in the house wearing that. And I'm like, I just want to do my admin. The joys. And what is it you like about being a window cleaner, actually? Because I am at the moment going through the process of applying as a firefighter full time for the Cambridgeshire firefighters. But I just thought I'll go through and see what happens. If I do get accepted, I've got a decision to make. Because the pros is obviously the money's more than what I'm paying myself. Plus you're going to get a pension. I'm on a pension anyway with the military. So I'm thinking along them lines. But I like what I'm doing. That's the thing. But it does sometimes feel, isn't it, the way the things are going, you're just working for nothing. No matter what you do, you know, whether you're window cleaner or not. Because there's taxing on everything, aren't they? Inheritance tax on anything over 250,000. I'm like, well, that's basically every house in the UK then, isn't it? Yes, Ched, I do, mate. I've got mine set up so that when I mark the job as done, it does automatically send out an invoice to the customer. So that way they know I've finished, I've been. And like I said, I've got some customers set up where then it'll automatically pay as well, because an automatic payments through Stripe or go cardless, but not everyone's like that. It's nice when you get the ones that pay you as well through the bank before you've even finished the job. There are some nice people out there. Marcus saying, I bashed my forehead at the school last week on some iron gutters. Oh my God. Now you got a red dot on your forehead like a flipping bindi. Oh no. Was anyone watching, mate? Because you know straight away, you look round, there's going to be someone watching, or there's going to be a camera. One of the two. It had to be an iron one, eh? Nellie's saying, only job I've had, wouldn't change it. The freedom of working for yourself takes some beating. Yeah, it's like when we had to put Tommy down. Like I said, just book him in. Took the day off to make sure I'm there. Matt saying I wouldn't go back to being employed. So I've been doing this over 7.5 years. I do like it. Because that's the thing, even if I'd got this job as a firefighter, that's what I was trying to say to my missus, you've got to factor in, it could be anywhere in Cambridgeshire, the fire station. Got to drive there, got to drive back. Whereas with this, you just walk out of your house, you're in your van. When you finish, you walk out your van, you're in your house. It's just a rush to try and get stuff through, but that's kind of like half the fun, innit? And you're stopping off and speaking to various people through the day as well. I like that. Especially when you make them smile and laugh. Because some of them need it as well. Oh, I didn't know he joined the fire service, Mark. I knew he did these motorcycle testing and probably does a bit of window cleaning on the side still as well. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Does he not do window cleaning anymore? Yeah, I do. I have decided this month I'm paying myself more because I need to, because the mortgage has gone up. But I need to charge more, really. I haven't got a clue, Ched, but I know he's not making his videos anymore, is he? Yeah, Mark's saying he's not sure if he's doing window cleaning anymore. I loved watching his channel. That's where I learned to do a lot of trad. Him, Luke the window cleaner, and Poles and Blades as well. And then Wagger. He's good. You was on the roof when you done it. Thankfully, you didn't sort of like bang yourself and then fall off the roof, you know what I mean? I wonder if anyone else is going to bang their heads on the gutter now and think you straight away, Marcus, mate. So I've just seen a comment come through. It'll come through in my software, which is Ecamm, in a minute. I'll go limited and work the system. I'll have to gen up on all that. I've seen on Facebook some of these videos. So is these videos just on there, or does that include YouTube as well? Because I like Luke the window cleaner. Was it Rianne, his wife, Rianne? Because that's what I learned from them, like treading on the inside as well, getting tips off them. And I like Wagger's videos as well. isn't it mad how some of these people, like, you buy these tools ready made, but how people used to modify their squeegee to do things a certain way, if that makes sense. Yeah, tell your customers everything has to go up 25% to be viable for you. I bet you wouldn't lose 25% of the work. No, you're right. It's just always hard to put your price up. I mean, I've done it in April, so I'd have to wait till next year. And maybe do it once a year. Like we said with the new customers, like Ched says, is test out the new pricing system, if that makes sense, on them. Ched saying back on YouTube. Right, I'm going to have a look on them. Yeah, I like watching him in his videos. I'd often wondered if I could fly out there and work with him for a week, because you'd learn so much as well, I guess. It'd be a great laugh. But things are done different over there to here, aren't they? I've got to do the inside of my windows. They're filthy. It's going to be a lot of work. Maybe a couple of bottles of whiskey and I'll be flying around the house. Now I'll be horizontal, snoring the house down. So has anyone else got any good like YouTube channels that you watch for like good information to do and help you out with your window cleaning? Because like I said, there's Wagger, Luke the window cleaner, and Tradman as well. I used to love watching them to learn about traditional window cleaning, mainly because a pub I cleaned asked, can you clean the insides? And I said, this was a Friday, and I said, can I answer you on Monday? So I brought some cheap trad tools from Wix and just practiced. And then I said, yeah, I think I can do that. So I did it. Marcus just saying there's talk about bringing the VAT threshold down to 30,000 turnover or more. They better not. I know a lot of people would like them to do that, so everyone's sort of like having to pay VAT, if you get what I mean. Get used to it, and then because everyone would probably charge better, including myself. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, mate, with the way things are going and way that, like I say, taxing the hell out of everything, aren't they? I've got some more holiday spam to upload when I get back in the UK. I've seen some of your videos, Mark, mate. Paul saying Squeaky Clean Dave and Ashley McIntosh. Yeah, I love both of them, but Ashley's sort of like gone completely roof cleaning, really, hasn't he? And pushing the other side of his business where he's mentoring and doing them courses, which I get. But I really liked his window cleaning. And Squeaky Clean Dave as well. I like his, but he seems to be a bit quiet lately as well. Yeah, Nelly's saying, hopefully it never happened. That should be a lot higher than 30,000. You've put the cat muds and pigeons now, Marcus, mate. No worries, Mark, mate. Have a safe journey back as well, buddy. Back to Leeds. And I hope you've had a good time in holiday in France with your family as well too, buddy. Yeah, I agree. The early stuff was really good. I liked Ashley's journey when he was going from traditional to water-fed pole as well. He brought some good points out in that. Mark is saying they should raise the threshold to £100,000. Isn't it currently 90? So it's not really that far off, is it? They might as well. It's a rounder figure, innit? Gives us lots more breathing room. But I suppose it is what it is. Poles and Blades, yeah, he's pretty awesome with what he can do. But I must admit, I do like the Mormon, especially the handle itself, and then I tend to use a channel, Etare channel. And the flip pad's handy for insides as well, actually. Fits perfect. But the Bright I just find absolutely brilliant. It's easier to use as well. My kids prefer it than traditional, so it's easier for them. Like I say, it's really cracking stuff. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to edit the video that I made on, or filmed Saturday, me cleaning the school. Basically start to finish. We did 100 windows. About 9 in and out, and a bus. So they've got an old bus, which is their school library. Named after the caretaker, Colin. And we cleaned the outside of that, except for the roof. And bless him, he's still doing a lot of work as well, getting the place ready. Because like he was saying, it's autumn. Some of the trees have got yellow leaves on them now. So it's like a false autumn. I believe it's to do with all the weather. So as well as getting stuff ready, he's having to keep going around sweeping up leaves. So he's been working hard. But he was happy with what we've done. He's a nice guy. Only use Mormon, great kit. It is brilliant, that handle. If you're planning on expanding, you're best off going flat rate VAT registered from day one. Is flat rate the one where it's 20% or 12%? Sorry, I'm confused on that, Neil. And you're also saying I think they should reduce the VAT threshold to 10k with no upper limit. Oh, that's Matt, sorry. It's too confusing for me. It's just hard, innit? You think you make some headway and they'll just get you some other way. I honestly think you're better off having no money. So spend all your money, because they'll take it when you end up in a home anyway. Tax the hell out of you. It's like my dad said, he's in the day he was forced or sold the line that private pensions you'll be better off, and he actually says he's worse off. If he hadn't had the private pensions he's paid into over the years, he'd be better off now. So whatever they tell you, so many years down the line, be a load of codswallop, for the want of a different word. Has anyone seen any of the George crosses on the old roundabouts and that? I think someone will get some good work out of cleaning them up, won't they, later? There's a few in Wisbeach. But you do wonder what's coming, don't you? And the government would probably take it a bit seriously, I think. But a lot of people have had enough, haven't they? It always gets harder, never easier. You just plug away. That's all you're doing, it. Like I say, you just got always tweak things. I've got a couple of emails I've got to chase up, actually. Like I say, people asking for quotes. And I think on Facebook. Why do they always come in over a weekend as well? Yeah, so being VAT registered helps secure you commercial work. Don't they like you to be limited as well? Or like £10 million, is it public liability as well, rather than million? Excuse me. Pole work, Mormon accelerator for internals. I don't trim the rubbers or use any clips. And a wagtail for the shops. Yeah, got the wagtail slimline. Absolutely, really love that. There's a place I can't use it though, where I clean the internal windows inside a garage because they've got some stuff that's stuck on the glass and it nicks the rubbers. So I don't use it on that. I use the green Unger rubber in a Netare channel, but on a Mormon handle, if that makes sense, and that can handle that no problems. But I really do like the wagtail. I think it looks bizarre, doesn't it, with the extra bit you stick on the end to get it at the right angle, but it's brilliant. Love the wagtail. What a name as well. Neil's saying you never got used to the Mormon. Is that because you're used to what you used before as well? I've always said whatever you use first, I think you try loads of things, you'll end up going back to the first like squeegee that you used before. No worries, Matt. Have a good week as well, mate. Now, when you're using the Mormon channel, I think you have to use it a certain way to get it right. And the solution on the window's got to be right as well. That's why I think sometimes just an old school trad kit, you're just fine because it works fine anyway, really, in it when they do the dive bombing and all that sort of thing on the edges. But the Mormon handle is really handy. It's good. It's clever, I must admit. Nelly's saying, yeah, limited and VAT currently helps to get you on the bigger jobs. Because they can claim their VAT back as well, isn't it? And I suppose with limited as well, they're going to be covered with your insurances, I suppose. Because obviously you've got it set up so you're not going to lose your house, if that sort of thing. Plus it'd be nice to say you got to be limited, wouldn't it? But you just do what works, innit? Like I say, it's me, my missus, Matthew, and then my other son David helping out at the moment. And you just crack on. Make ends meet. Right, well, I'm going to call it a night because it's just gone 9:30. About another half hour, I'll be trying to have an early night, get to bed at better times, try and get some sleep. Might be up for a run in the morning, depends on what my watch tells me to do. I'm hoping I can. And then fit some fizz in around a busy week. Because that's what I found, like I said before, using me watch, it's a Garmin heart rate monitor. I'm only burning like 360 to 400 calories a day window cleaning. Bearing in mind I'm not working on my own, I am working with Matthew, so there's two of us. And that really surprised me. I thought, no wonder why you put on weight, not burning enough off. And I suppose because you're in a van driving from job to job, aren't you? And then the water-fed pole is making you work a lot easier than if it's traditional, because you're going up and down ladders and walking around, that sort of thing. So that's why I've had to take up running and trying to get to how I used to be, or feel like how I used to be, shall I say. But it's all in your own time, not work time this time. Yeah, have a good week, Ched, mate. Marcus just saying that Nelly, I didn't get the Mormon first time. I left it alone, went back, and then it all clicked. I would say use a wagtail first, then move to a Mormon. Yeah, I love the wagtail. Okay, everyone, I'm going to call it a day. Just have a good week out on the glass, and then hopefully everyone's going to have another good month as well before the old winter month comes in. And just start hitting your targets, getting the money in, and hopefully I'll start paying off some of this debt as well. I'll be happy with that. Just make life a lot easier in the long run, won't it? Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks.